Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Blind Boys Politics. Nicholas Rod, Chris Baker here with you on this Monday morning for another round of news and talk and all that glorious stuff. But before we get to all of that, Chris, why don't you give us the weather?
Absolutely. In Los Angeles, California, it's partly cloudy 62. Houston, Texas, partly cloudy 72. Chicago, Illinois, partly cloudy 60. And New York City, partly cloudy and 43. Another partly cloudy day. All weekend, it was partly cloudy in all four places. So we're just going to start off the week in a partly cloudy mood.
And I was looking at the weather for this week, Chris, and I don't know if you've seen it, but we're going to almost hit 60 here.
With snow moving in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 60 in the middle part of the week, and then towards the end, it's just back down to garbage.
With snow. So we're going to have 60s with melting all the snow so the dog can go out in the backyard and run like crazy, so she's not running in the house and in the basement and literally body slamming her head right into the walls and somehow not giving herself a concussion.
Oh my god.
You know, in the cartoons when someone runs into something and it makes a loud commotion and all that, and like there's people that are like hiding their face and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That's me with her. I swear to God, today I sent her ball flying down the hill because I taught her how to fetch, and she's a quick learner. I will give her that.
Okay.
She went flying down the hall with it. The ball was headed towards the wall, and then it kind of went the other way, and it went straight into my office. Well, she didn't pivot fast enough, and bam, right into the side of the wall.
Oh god.
She falls. The picture on the other side of the wall, in like the wall, that part of it that's in my office, the picture fell right off the wall. She gets up, spins right out, grabs the ball, and comes running down the hall and drops it in front of me with nothing at her hip.
You know, both your animals, your dog and your cat, seem to have a thing about running into walls.
They have a thing for destroying a house.
That too. The fact that the picture fell is great.
And my mom came home and I told her, and she thought I was being dramatic. And I didn't pick up the picture yet. And she walks in there and puts the Pepsi on the desk, and she goes, "Where's the picture on the floor?" I told you that she bammed right into the wall. I go, surprised she didn't go right through the drywall. Jesus, the way she hit it. Like, I literally hid my eyes when I heard all the commotion.
These are the types of things that we wish that should just be on recording.
IKEA moment, yeah. Of course, it's the one room that doesn't have a security camera. Every room in the house has one besides the bedrooms and the hallway and bathroom, of course.
Oh my god. Oh, that's amazing.
So then my basement.
Oh no.
My basement's laid out so it has like the utility room with the furnace and the laundry room and then a workshop, my bedroom, and then the rest is like a huge family room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this family room's never really been purposed as a family room. Kind of been purposed as a storage unit.
Okay.
But a very organized storage unit.
Right.
At one point, I had a couch and TV and everything down here. Well, that TV went in my bedroom and that couch went in the garbage and blah, blah, blah. So it hasn't really been family room-ish. So sometimes it gets a little away with clutter just stacked up on the table down there. So I cleaned everything up and I brought the wire cabinet behind on the other wall and I made this big, like, huge area. So she has like half of the basement just to run, right?
Right.
And I have this one chair that was left there because she likes sitting in this chair. And underneath were these pillows. I throw the ball on the other side of the basement. It goes flying up onto this chair, hits the drum set that's sitting up on the stand. That comes crashing down. She goes flying off of that chair. Kaboom, the drum set practically follows her down. And then she's sitting, what the actual hell just happened? And she didn't even go for the ball. She was like, no, that was too much. We're done. So then she's looking at the drum set like, I don't dare go near it.
It's just terrified of it now.
So that drum set ended up in the trash.
Oh my god.
Don't need it.
I would have taken it.
It's a little kid's one.
Oh. Sadness.
But you would still take that. Let's be honest.
Your dog sounds like one of these animals that should just have like a permanent camera to capture all of this on. Because she sounds ridiculous and amazing, and I'm jealous, and I want to see videos.
She's just a freaking handful. I mean, she tried to go swimming. I think I told you this. She tried to go swimming in her water bowl. She took her paw and was splashing it. Water was splashing up. So then she like jumped into the bowl and everything come flying, just water right in her face. And keep in mind, this is on a Thursday afternoon, so I have work and school and life. So I'm on the other side of the counter. I realized what happened, but didn't realize what happened. She walked away, so I thought, you know what, I'll clean it up later. She gets a running freaking start and just right through the water. So I'm like, okay, that's enough. Time out for you.
Your dog is legendary.
Time out for you. She went in. I mean, she was drenched. I had to dry her off and then put her in the crate for 5 minutes.
Oh, your dog is legendary. Honestly, I could talk about how my week's gone, how my weekend's gone. It wouldn't top that. Not even by.
I've been home with her since Wednesday,
mm-hmm.
and it's Sunday night. She's worse than a newborn. And I only know this because my mom goes, she's worse than you when you were a child. What did we get ourselves into? I forgot how much work puppies were. I went to work Thursday evening, and everyone's, how's the puppy? Let's see pictures. I go, you're lucky I made it here in time. They're like, what do you mean? I go, remember when you had children and it was hard for you to get out of the house on time? They're like, yes. I'm like, I understand it now. I perfectly understand it. It takes me 10 times longer to get ready.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh my god, what did I get myself into here? So hopefully the snow will melt. Hopefully no more snow will come.
Finally start moving into spring.
Yes, because she needs to get out in that backyard and run. We have just about an acre, so hopefully she doesn't just barrel right into the side of a tree. And we'll be good.
She'll find a way.
It will be me too. It will be me that throws the ball and she'll barrel right into the tree. It will probably be the apple tree that's in the backyard that's holding on by a limb. The tree will come flying down. She'll come out like a freaking hero with the ball
held high.
Yeah. On top of the apple tree like a hero. Insert Lion King music here.
Oh my god. Again, I'm jealous.
Oh, don't worry, Nick. Someday you'll get the pleasure of dealing with her. Probably. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll find out. Stay tuned.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll have more updates on the puppy for you Friday. Unless she mellows out. Like, if she could mellow out maybe 20%, I would be happy.
Right.
Or maybe I'm just not used to that puppy life anymore. Because I almost went a whole year without a dog.
Yeah.
And just maybe a cat. And a cat is like no work at all.
Cats just kind of chill by themselves. Yeah. They just live. You know, they chill.
I shouldn't say that because she's a special kind of cat. She loves your love and attention. And if you don't give it to her, she's pissed.
Fuzzy loves it until she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll just go off and do her own. Nice.
In the mornings, I try to watch the morning news. The national morning news.
Right.
That's hard to do with a dog.
Yeah.
So I have to get up even earlier now than I do to get her tired out so she falls back to sleep. So I have from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. to watch the national news.
Mm-hmm.
God bless me. Because
Well,
I used to lay in bed
mm,
and read the news on my phone and then watch the national news.
mm-hmm.
Can't do that anymore either.
Nope.
So we're working on it, Nick.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I think everyone here wishes you the best of luck with that. And if suddenly you disappear, we know that it's because you fell asleep for a solid, week and a half, and you'll be
I
back
was just gonna
eventually.
say, yeah. I told someone last night that I fell asleep. They go, "Oh, that's just the new parenting normal." When I had my kid, I fell asleep for a few hours in the middle of the day. It's okay. It's normal.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
here's something that's not helping my sleeping,
Okay.
not getting enough sleep,
Right.
and it's bedtime procrastination. This is what
Mm.
we're talking about for the talk of the talk. That is the current title I have for it.
Talk of
Working
the
on a better
talk.
one. Yeah, I'm working on something better because talk of the talk just ain't doing it for me. But it also at the same time it kind of is.
Talk of the town.
No,
Nah.
nope. That's a pizza restaurant. It makes me think of pizza. So that can't work.
All
So
right,
the
but
talk of the talk of this morning
mhm.
is bedtime procrastination.
Mm.
Nick, I don't know if it's just me, but in a recent poll, there has been a dramatic uptick in bedtime procrastination from either just, it's not going to bed. Yours truly tends to like to go through TikTok and then
Mhm.
suddenly, it's 2 a.m.
Right.
And there's a real downfall to this. A, you're not getting enough sleep. And then me, I wake up in a mood the next morning. I'm angry at the world because I didn't get enough sleep. So it's just a trickle effect. I'm angry, I don't get it, and then I'm angry, I don't get anything done. Then I'm angry at you, and then you poor Nick. So I need to know, do you have bedtime procrastination?
Okay. This is kind of an interesting topic for me because I go through phases, but honestly, even when I'm in a phase where I am experiencing bedtime procrastination, staying up till 2, 3, even 4 in the morning, it doesn't really affect my mood or productivity. I haven't
Must be
found.
nice. Must be nice. Your life there's all over in sunflowers and roses. I'm sure you're
Oh,
one
I
of the people
wish.
that
I
doesn't have
wish.
next. I'm sure you're one of the people that doesn't have next day anxieties.
My anxieties and other emotional whacked out moments don't come from sleep problems, I've determined, because lately, and I've actually been thinking, it's funny that this is our topic for today. I've been thinking about this, especially today, is because for probably the past week and a half or so, my body has been kind of on a rhythm of telling me when it's exhausted. And
You mean like a normal person?
yeah,
Weird.
honestly, it is for me. That's the sad part. It's been on a pretty consistent rhythm with telling me to go to bed. Just like you need to get sleep. And I've been doing the best I can to actually listen to it. And it it changes certain things. Um, like in general, it feels nice to have that rhythm in a sense. At the same time, it hasn't really changed anything for me emotionally.
So what you're telling me is you don't have bedtime procrastination. Well, in this recent survey, there's been a huge uptick in bedtime procrastination and people from before the pandemic. It was a thing, but it wasn't as such of a big deal as it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's this big bedtime procrastination. Generally, it's on your phone, which, let's be honest, especially our job specifically,
Mm.
most of our jobs are done on the phone.
Right.
From either reading news, tweeting news, writing news, just anything
Everything.
revolves around the news.
Yeah.
But then you want your downtime because you just worked all day. So
Right.
what do? You get on your phone. Well, people are finding is they're really not getting downtime because they're getting these emails from work shooting across on top of their phone in their notifications when they're in their downtime. So, like me, I like to go on TikTok and watch funny stuff.
Right.
But,
Right.
oh, here you go. Here's breaking news. Well, there goes my relaxing mood. So people are experiencing this issue of bedtime procrastination because they want downtime, but then this downtime either gets interrupted or it just goes on for too long where you don't get enough sleep the next day.
Right. Well, and one thing I'll say about this too, and I'm about to sound like a real like cliche in terms of using the phone and not going to bed, so deal with me here for a second. But like the light from the phone keeping you up definitely doesn't help. Like you said, sometimes that downtime and that relaxation time just extends like for way longer than you expect it to or mean it to. And your phone keeps you up in a sense.
It certainly does.
And I think one area where I'm lucky in that sense is I don't see my phone. And I think that might contribute to the fact, that I don't have sleep procrastination. But like looking at your phone or any device really, it just it attracts your attention. And when your attention's attracted like that, obviously it'll keep you up. The light itself will keep you up. It's a whole mess.
It is. And so people are experiencing bedtime procrastinations, not getting the proper sleep, and then they're in a mood the next day.
Right.
And I think for me that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I don't get enough sleep and then I am the devil the next day.
It's pretty clear to see, honestly, the connection once you think about it for a second, once you do see this poll, because when you look around these days, I mean, you gotta admit, people are way more on edge lately than...
I'm definitely never on edge.
No, never. Never.
No, never. I've never wanted to like snap you in half.
No. It's never happened ever.
Yeah, no.
How could you even think such a thing?
Pulled it off the internet. So, bedtime procrastination, it's a real thing. And another real thing is people will fall asleep with their phone in their bed. And this has happened to me. I've noticed this after reading this poll. This poll was back in January-ish. And then last week it was updated again. People have noticed that they'll fall asleep with their phone in their bed, and then they'll get a notification on their phone that wakes them up. And then you're instantly reading that notification. Oh, what is this? And then your mind starts going a mile a minute about that notification.
See, that used to happen to me sometimes, but my phone likes to do this wonderful little thing where it will just stop giving me notifications. It doesn't even have to be on Do Not Disturb. Notifications will just stop coming through. And so I don't typically get them. And even when I do, I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. And I'm one of those people that literally sleeps with my phone in my bed every night. And I don't know. It just doesn't seem to affect me anymore like it used to. I don't know if I got used to it or what, but
So I used to sleep with my phone under my pillow. That wouldn't bother me, but it would be if I fell asleep while on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So, like for example, scrolling through TikTok and I just fall asleep,
Yeah.
and a notification comes through, it wakes me up.
Huh.
But if it was under my pillow charging, it wouldn't wake me up.
Right.
And I'm a generically, I would say moderate. Like I'm usually the first one that he's on a floor above me, and I'll
Mm-hmm.
hear her barking in the middle of the night before anyone else does. But also Saturday, I didn't even hear her.
Hmm.
So I'm a pretty moderate sleeper in that way. But what we've learned in this talk of the talk is Nick doesn't have bedtime procrastination, and Nick doesn't have wake up notification issues and relaxation issues. So Nick's life is all roses and butterflies, while mine is a flaming Cheeto out in the universe of just on the edge when I don't get enough sleep.
Flaming Cheeto. I love that. No, my problems come when I'm awake. Sleep time,
Poor
no problem at
baby.
all.
Poor baby. I got both.
No, my problems when it comes to sleep are weird dreams, but that's a topic for another day.
Oh, I've been having a lot of those. I had another weird dream about you last night, Nick.
Oh, Jesus. That's scary.
So that is the end of that talk of the talk. We learned how Nick's life is so peachy, and mine is, well, we already
Flaming
know.
Cheeto.
Yeah, let's get into a little bit of a COVID update. Why don't we?
All right, yeah. So like you said, Chris, we do have a COVID update here. So we'll start here with the fact that testing is currently down by 25%. Some testing locations are completely empty at this point, are actually being turned into vaccination sites. Beyond this, Texas and Mississippi have completely lifted their mask mandates. And in Alabama, the mask mandate is being eliminated on April 9th.
President Biden said all adults could have one dose of the COVID vaccine by May, the end of May. The first person to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccine was Tuesday in Ohio, and studies show that the possibility of Johnson & Johnson may be a better scenario for the disabled, and Johnson & Johnson partnered with Merck to produce the vaccine at a much faster rate.
New Jersey has now launched a pilot program that will try to make it possible for people to get vaccinated at home. And Arizona's governor has announced that schools must offer in-person learning across the state by March 15th. And just a little note also, this Saturday will mark a year since the first state shut down from COVID-19 a year ago.
Moving on to Washington, specifically looking at the House has passed a police reform bill. The bill was written in honor of George Floyd. He was killed by a police officer May 25th, 2020, and from this it sparked nationwide protests.
All right, so what's in this bill? First off, it proposes a national database for excessive force incidents. It puts a ban on chokeholds, improve police training, limit the legal protection for police being prosecuted, limit the use of military-grade equipment by police. It'll ban no-knock warrants in drug cases, and it will make lynching a federal crime.
Keep in mind here, this is not eliminating police departments in any way. It's just changing on some of the rules and regulations that police follow by. If it passes the Senate, it's currently moving on to the Senate. If anything happens in the Senate, we'll be sure to let you know. But that is the end of that bill. Moving on to the most important bill, probably the only reason you are here, and that is for the stimulus. So we have a little recap of the vote-a-Rama that happened all day Friday, leading into Saturday. That was over 24 hours. I am so tired. This was the exact time things got dicey and changes were made. This allowed all 100 senators to the opportunity to author amendments to change anything in the bill. Each item was brought to the floor, debated, and voted on. This went on for over a day, like I mentioned. And we already know that the Senate did change who qualified, and we talked about that Friday. But here's a quick reminder of who does qualify for that. If you file your taxes as single and make more than $80,000 a year, you don't qualify. Head of households making more than $120,000, married and making more than $160,000 also do not qualify to get it. You will qualify if you are single and making less than $75,000 a year. Head of the household and making less than $112,000 a year, and married making less than $150,000 a year.
All right, so some things were obviously stripped from that. From the stimulus, the Senate parliamentarian stripped the $15 an hour minimum wage boost, as well as a bridge project in New York.
There were some unemployment changes. This was the big delay in the vote-a-Rama that caused over just about a 5-hour delay of just mayhem. So here are the changes that are now active that the Senate passed. It is $300 extra in federal unemployment benefits. That in the House it was $400 a week. It is extended through September 6th in the Senate version. In the House it was only through August. And the first $10,200 is tax-free for who makes less than $150,000 a year off of their 2020 taxes, and that was not included in the House version.
The reason there was a big delay in this process was because Senator Manchin, a Democrat, suggested that he was leaning towards voting with the Republicans, and this, of course, caused a huge delay on that front. However, with all this being said, with all these changes and all that, the stimulus did pass the Senate. The vote for this was 50 to 49. The reason that there isn't a 100th vote here is because there was one Republican senator who had to go home for a family emergency. Now, don't get too excited. After the long night, the 24-hour process here, there were a lot of changes, both big and small. And because of these changes, it needs to go back to the House for a vote.
If there are no changes in the House, it will go to the president, and here is what the president will sign. Stimulus payment of $1,400 to qualifying taxpayers, which includes $1,400 to adult dependents. Mixed status household also qualify, and pandemic unemployment, which we just talked about, $300 extra in federal unemployment through September 6th. First $10,200 tax-free for those who make less than $150,000 a year. Extended tax credit for children under the age of 6. It is $3,600, and children under the age of 18, it's $3,000. And $10 billion for mortgage assistance, $19.1 billion for rental assistance, along with nearly $880 million for WIC programs, SNAP programs, 15% increase for food stamp benefits through September, EBT extended through the summer.
Beyond that, there was also $88 billion put towards vaccine distribution, testing, research, and outreach, and hiring of public officials. $350 billion for state and local governments, tribes, and territories for pandemic response. Nearly $50 billion for small businesses. This includes EIDL loans as well as PPP loans. 170 billion going towards K through 12 and higher education. 39 billion for childcare. Now, there is more to this package, but these are the key takeaways and the key items of the package.
The House is set to take this bill up for vote Tuesday morning. So if it passes, like I said, it will go to the president's desk to be signed. And when that happens, I'm sure it will happen before Friday if everything goes according to plan, passes the House. We will be talking about it in great detail Friday morning. And if anything crazy happens, we'll be talking about that too Friday morning.
But that is all we have for you on this Monday morning. So now we shall get into rapid news, and
I'll go
Chris,
first.
you may start.
You always start first, so I'll start first this time. I feel special. 2 more women have come forward with sexual harassment allegations against New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. For more information, check out my article for Tuesday morning.
And Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are having a baby girl.
Hey, Nick, it's that time of the morning, this beautiful Monday morning. Tell me some good news.
All right, so we've had a lot of stories on here of some nice small community kindness, but I have another one. They just roll in, and I love them, and I never get tired of them. So there's a small town in Pennsylvania. The population is pretty much like 800 people, essentially.
Yeah, so that you weren't kidding when you said small.
Yeah, no, everyone, it's one of those towns where everyone knows everyone. And this includes the UPS driver. This town has had the same UPS driver for over a decade now. So everyone knows him, and he knows everyone. And this guy, he goes the extra mile. If there were kids playing in the yard and he had a package that seemed like it was a gift, he would actually bypass the house and then come back later, like towards the evening time, and deliver it then, so that the surprise wouldn't be ruined for the kid. And there was another example too, where there was a package that he thought was important and needed to be signed for. The people weren't home, so he actually brought it to their parents' house to get it signed so they could get their package. So,
all right, because it's such a small town, yeah, everyone knows everyone, right? Okay.
Yeah. So this guy did everything he could for these people, and when COVID struck, it kind of made his job a lot more taxing. He was working basically what they called holiday hours all year round. Just 60 to 80 hours a week, just nonstop. So this town wanted to do a little something for him, just to show their appreciation. And one person started it by posting like an event on Facebook, and they actually just meant to click like the $300 fundraising button for the goal. Accidentally hit 500, and then in 2 days, the actual amount was over 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, so one day, this was this past Tuesday, everything was set up so that his last stop for the day would be this one specific building in the town, and he was just expecting to be picking up another package. And when he got there, the entire community was there. The kids had signs, and everyone was cheering for him. And in the article, he said that it made him tear up just to see that people showed any sort of appreciation.
Well, that's a really good story. Because that is going the extra mile, especially with the kids one. Because anyone that's ordered anything off of Amazon before, they know not always is it in that Amazon box. So, especially if it's like uh little kids like stuff like we had a wooden playset delivered to the neighbors that wasn't disguised in any box. It came right on the box, a picture of what it is,
Hmm.
for example. So, that's really going the extra mile. Their parents, I would really imagine, appreciate that, over the moon. Little Johnny doesn't get his birthday present ruined by the UPS man delivering it. They appreciate it. The kid doesn't know it, but they appreciate it. Going the extra mile to go to the parents' house for the signature. That's just going all the way around, and then fundraising over $1,000 to give to him as a tip, a thank you. That made his year and his job all the more worth it, to work 80 hours, which is 2 full-time jobs.
Yeah, exactly. It's just one of these like two-sided good news stories, because you get to see, because not every UPS driver will do the stuff that he does.
Nope.
A lot. There are a
I
lot
can
that
confirm
won't.
that.
Yeah. So, to have someone who will do that for your entire town is insane. And, for the town to then turn around to basically bring him into their family, because, towns like that typically are like one giant family.
Mm-hmm.
So, that gesture, them cheering him on and all being there in that parking lot, that just, he's part of their family now.
Yeah. Only one question.
Mm.
Can we move to that town? Because A, I want to be best friends with my UPS man. And B, who doesn't want to live in a small town?
Yeah. Oh, I love living in a small town. We'll talk about it. How about that?
Okay. Well, we talk about that. You guys enjoy the rest of your Monday. Make sure you follow us on all social medias. Links are down in the show notes. Make sure you follow us on the Blind Boys Politics Twitter account for the latest 24/7 breaking news all around the world, so you're always in the know of what's going on. So you don't have to catch up with us on Monday and Friday for the little ticket items. You'll know them right away. And the bigger stuff, stop on by to find out what's going on. Read our latest article. Follow us on our personal Twitter accounts to see what's going on in our lives, to see wonderful puppy pictures of my new puppy. But until Wednesday morning for another dumb law, have a great day.
See you later, everyone.